I found out that my college roommate sold my cat on Marketplace while I was traveling because she didn't like fur, and now I don't know what to do. I'm a veterinary student, and I've been sharing an apartment with a college roommate, let's call her Maria, for about 8 months. When we moved in together, I made it very clear that I had a cat, Milo, who is practically my child. I've had him for 5 years, ever since I rescued him as a kitten from a cardboard box on the street. Maria said she had no problem with the cat, as long as I kept everything clean. And that's how it's been these past months. I cleaned the litter box twice a day, vacuumed the apartment regularly, and Milo is an extremely well-behaved and clean cat. Last week I had to travel for 5 days to attend a veterinary conference in another state. As I always do when traveling, I left plenty of food, several clean litter boxes, toys, and asked Maria to just check on him and refill his water. She agreed without any issues. I came back last night, and the moment I opened the door, I knew something was wrong. Milo usually comes running to greet me, but this time, there was no sign of him. I called his name several times, searched every possible spot in the apartment, nothing. When I checked his things, I noticed they were all gone. The litter box, food bowls, toys, everything had disappeared. Panicking, I went to confront Maria, who was in her room. She responded casually. "Oh, I sold him on Marketplace. I got $150. I left your share on the kitchen table. His fur was giving me allergies, so I took care of it while you were away." I froze for a few seconds, trying to process what I just heard. When I finally managed to speak, I asked her who she sold him to. She answered with the utmost nonchalance. "I don't know. It was a couple. They seemed nice. They said they'd take good care of him." I started yelling and crying, telling her she had no right to do that Milo was my cat, my family. She rolled her eyes and said, "Stop being so dramatic. It's just a cat. You can get another one anytime. Besides, you never really asked if I was okay with having a pet in the apartment." At that moment, I completely lost it. I screamed that she was a horrible person, that I was going to report her for theft and sue her. She just laughed and said I had no proof, claiming that Milo wasn't microchipped or registered in my name, which isn't true. I have all his documents. I ran to my room, grabbed my laptop, and started combing through every recent cat sale post on Marketplace in our area. There are hundreds of ads, and many have already been deleted. Maria refuses to show me her conversation with the buyers, claiming she's already deleted everything. Now I'm at a friend's place. I couldn't stay another minute in that apartment. I only brought a few clothes and important documents. I can't stop crying, thinking about Milo, if he's okay, if he's scared, if the buyers are decent people. To make things worse, when I told some mutual friends, a few of them said I was overreacting. So now I don't even feel like I have the right to cry about it. I don't know what to do. Update. First of all, I want to thank everyone for the support I received on my previous post. After reading the comments suggesting legal action, I immediately sought out an animal rights lawyer. Thank you, Lawyer Cat, for the recommendation. I brought all of Milo's documents, vaccination records, veterinary receipts, his registration at the pet store, photos, videos, and even receipts for all the purchases I've made for him over the years. The lawyer was horrified by the situation and explained that the case was more serious than I had imagined. Apparently, selling an animal that demonstrably belongs to someone else constitutes a crime of misappropriation, not to mention the civil damages involving emotional distress. The first step was to file a police report. The officer who assisted me was also outraged, and when I showed the proof of Milo's ownership, they immediately classified the case as a criminal offense. As for Maria, her attitude changed very quickly when she received a police summons. Suddenly, the person who had laughed about the situation started sending desperate messages. "Please, let's resolve this between us. You didn't have to involve the police. I'll give you the money back." But the cherry on top was when the police pressured her about the buyers. Apparently, she hadn't deleted the conversations like she claimed. She had only archived them and said they were deleted, so I wouldn't go after Milo. Under pressure, she provided all the information about the couple who bought him. And here's the part that made me even angrier. She sold my cat for $150 to a couple who lived 3 hours away. The police contacted the couple, and thankfully, they turned out to be decent people who were horrified to learn the truth. The couple said Maria had told them the cat was hers and that she needed to sell him because she was moving to a place that didn't allow pets. They're fully cooperating and even sent photos of Milo, showing that he's okay. I cried so much seeing those pictures. Tomorrow, I'm making the trip to get him back. The couple refused to accept the money back, saying the important thing is that Milo returns to his real family. As for the legal consequences, Maria has been charged with misappropriation. We're also suing her for emotional damages. The university opened a disciplinary investigation after I brought the case to the administration's attention, and she had to move out of the apartment. The lease was under my name. I'm so relieved this is being resolved, and I just want Milo back home. Edit 1. Many people asked about the lawsuit's value. The lawyer suggested $15,000 for emotional damages, considering the emotional distress and the risk Milo was exposed to. Edit 2. Her family tried to intervene, claiming I was ruining her future over a cat. I sent them all the arrogant voice messages she had sent me, laughing about the situation. They went silent after that, so I assume that's the end of it. Edit 3. Guys, I just picked up Milo. He's home with me right now, purring on my lap like nothing ever happened. The couple who had him is amazing. They took excellent care of him, and I'm really grateful for how they handled everything. Update 2. First and foremost, Milo is doing great. After all the trauma, he needed a few weeks to readjust, but now he's more affectionate than ever. We've moved to a new apartment where I live alone, and he loves the screened balcony I set up just for him. As for the lawsuit, after a year of back and forth in court, we finally had the final ruling yesterday. And I can say justice was served. Maria was ordered to pay $25,000, or $10,000 more than initially requested, as the judge deemed her actions especially cruel and premeditated. She had to cover all court costs. The criminal conviction for misappropriation resulted in 1 year of community service at an animal shelter. The most interesting part was her change in behavior throughout the process. From the arrogant person who laughed about the situation, she became someone crying at every hearing, trying to play the victim. Her lawyer argued that she didn't know she was committing a crime and that she just wanted a cleaner place to live. But the judge didn't buy it, especially after we presented her messages mocking the situation and all the evidence. As for the university, she ended up withdrawing from the course after the disciplinary process. According to mutual acquaintances, she's now in therapy and, ironically, volunteering at an animal protection NGO, which is part of her sentence. Her family, who initially attacked me saying I was overreacting, now avoids the subject altogether. Her mother even tried to reach out to apologize, saying she hadn't raised her daughter to act like that. The couple who bought Milo has stayed in touch. We've become friends. They even visited us last month and brought gifts for him. They're wonderful people who, like me, are passionate about cats. So yeah, thank you all for your help. I was completely lost at the start, and you helped me so much. Edit 1. Yes, I will be donating part of the money to animal protection NGOs. I've already set aside $5,000 to split between 3 organizations that help stray cats. Edit 2. For those asking, Milo now has a microchip, GPS on his collar, cameras at home, and is the most protected cat in the world. Edit 3. Many suggested I also sue for material damages, legal fees, moving expenses, etc. But honestly, I just want to close this chapter of my life.